I found maybe the best Reddit I've ever found.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Jeremy.
I'm so happy with this.
Jeremy. The
is
best
on-
Reddit, Jeremy?
This is on Ask LE, r/Ask LE.
What's
Who's
LE?
LE?
Ask Law Enforcement.
Oh, that's why there's that blue line
Oh, yeah.
right there.
This
Oh, it kind of looks thick in this
This is for
example.
police. And he
Thick
says,
blue
can someone
line.
please give me some honest advice after I failed my polygraph? Parentheses, serious.
Stop fucking around about my politics.
This is from 6 years ago, so maybe people have seen it on the internet, but I think it's really good.
Let's go in.
Being a police officer has been my dream my entire life. I worked very hard for many years to achieve this. I lost 70 pounds in order to get into good enough shape to not just pass, but excel on the fitness tests.
Good for you.
I achieved a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. I did a bunch of other stuff to build my resume.
Okay.
I tested with a local police department. Everything was going great. I was their #1 applicant, and I got the conditional offer of employment. Then the background began. During the pre-testing, I answered the questions honestly. During the polygraph, they asked questions about sexual behavior. This is where I started to sweat and question myself. When I was 11 years old, I was curious about sex, and I played around with my dog's dick. It happened. It happened just one time for like a second, and I never even did anything like that ever again.
The whole beginning of this, I'm kind of like, who is the personality of this young man who's dedicated his life to law enforcement? Like, there I was sucking off dogs. I was addicted to it.
I admitted it to the polygraph examiner.
You should not
It would
have
be
done
okay.
that.
Since he encouraged me to be 100% honest about
Oh
everything.
my
Wait, did the
God.
polygraph examiner ask, so be real with me. Have you ever touched your dog's dick?
You ever jack off a dog?
I mean, it's
Come
just
on.
dangling down there. You must
We're
get
just-
a little curious.
We're all cops here.
Oh, God. You ever tell a dog's dick to stop resisting?
We all fuck a dog.
Come on, here, there, everywhere.
What are they going to do about it? They're a dog.
I had never told a soul about it before then. After that, I got a letter from the chief saying I was no longer being considered. I emailed him several times asking why, and he never responded.
He had me in a file he called the dog fucker.
I sent him a letter in the mail, and he sent me an email saying it was the department policy not to discuss the reasons for disqualifying applicants.
He barked a no at me.
I've tested with a few other departments since then, and they have all discontinued me early on in the process with no explanation. My only conclusion was that they talked to the other PD and learned why I was DQ'd.
That is also my conclusion.
Honestly, I've been absolutely crushed by all this. It's been 2 years since my polygraph, and things have gone downhill. I know law enforcement is what I was made to do, but I can't seem to clear this hurdle. I've been growing further and further into despair about my situation. I'm drinking more than I ever have. I'm fighting with my wife more than I ever have, and frankly, it doesn't seem like anything is getting better. I've had suicidal thoughts. Is there anything I can do to get over this? I've accepted that being a cop is probably never going to happen
Been
for
fighting
me.
with my wife so much, I just want to go and fuck the dog instead.
I've been looking for other things that would scratch the itch. I looked at firefighting, but from what I've seen, the background check will just put me in the same boat as law enforcement has. I looked at the military, but got disqualified for medical reasons. I know that the feds or the intelligence agencies will polygraph me again, so I'm in the same boat.
Just
Okay.
don't talk about.
Don't just
You don't
lie.
think-
Just lie on it.
You don't have to say that you jacked off your dog.
They're not asking you about that. You just
Polygraphs-
don't think about it.
Polygraphs don't even work. They're not even real, dude.
They're not, part of the polygraph is not like, so how many times have you fucked the dog?
All I wanted was a job with some excitement and the ability to help people. What can I do? It's especially frustrating because I know of people who openly and blatantly lied on their polygraphs about things like drug use and were able to get hired.
Because they lied.
You know what? Volunteer at an animal shelter.
Yeah, great solution. You want to help
Yeah.
people? What about those poor dogs who can't come?
Oh yeah, and think
Help
about
'em out.
think about the benefits.
Be a dog fluffer for one.
Did we talk about that on this?
That was the last one. Who gives a shit?
Hey, the point stands.
I just love that this guy was like, I know I was born to kill, but I jacked
Seriously.
off too many dogs.
And the only thing stopping him from like going and busting open some old lady's head in the street is that he
Busting
can't
open a dog's
not
dick.
tell people that he had to touch a dog's penis when he was 11.
He's too honest.
What do you think the question was?
The question was like, have you ever done anything untoward sexually or something? He was like,
Yeah.
well, I gotta tell you,
Yeah, something.
one time I jacked off a dog.
I cannot tell a lie.
I failed the Abraham Lincoln portion again.
So crazy.
That is so funny. I don't know what to say other than haha.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Also, there's a part of me that thinks this is fake, but
I don't know. Cops are really dumb.
this is so well written. It's
Right.
I'm like this,
Well, that's a good reason it might be fake.
and maybe that's why he's not a police officer because he's too smart.
Top comment here from Poodle Soup says, the police officer says, don't says, don't sweat the thing with the dog so much. Were you getting your rocks off or just curious about anatomy?
Poodle soup.
Second, you freaking out the dog thing could have been the reason you failed the polygraph is not an objective test and is open to interpretation. And some of the guys that administer it do all sorts of weird things to get you. Plenty of great people don't get the job in the first or 10th time. I was lucky in the 4th place I applied. I got the job. You tearing yourself up, or this probably translate into other things. Sending off clues.
I didn't get my rocks off.
OP says it was a sexual curiosity. I did not get my rocks off at all, but I can't say it was just curiosity about the anatomy.
What does that mean?
So he keeps going. He's like,
Just
I gotta
don't-
be honest with you. I wanted to fuck this dog.
Take your foot off the gas.
Don't tell people this. No one would know this.
You don't have to keep talking about it.
Just lie.
You can be from a farm and still join the police.
Could you
It's
imagine?
possible.
Can you imagine getting arrested and just thinking in the back of the head, I bet this guy jacked off a dog once.
I gotta tell them about my dog.